Okay, I'm going through Temasek paper 1, 2019. Okay, the first question I would like to go through is question 1. Okay, so for this question, only 4 of you got it correct. Okay, so for petrol, it's an organic solvent. Okay, and based on what we recall from organic chemistry, petrol is obtained from fractional distillation of crude oil. Okay, so it's oil. Okay, so water and oil, they are immiscible, meaning they do not dissolve in each other. Okay, so that's why we separate them via separating funnel. Okay, so separating funnel looks something like this. Okay, so oil and water cannot mix, so there are two different layers. Okay, the one that's less dense will be at the top, the one that's denser will be at the bottom. Okay, so we drain the liquid using the tap. Okay, so most of you chose fractional distillation, or rather chose distillation. This is for miscible liquids, okay, meaning they dissolve in each other. Okay, so that's for question 1. Okay, the next question I would like to go through is question 6. Okay, for this question, 17 of you chose D. Okay, so answer is B. B is the correct answer. Okay, so 24 represents protons and neutrons. Okay, and then 12 represents proton, which is your proton number. Okay, so number of neutrons is 12. Okay, so that's why B is the answer. There are 12 nucleons in the nucleus. So let's see why D is wrong. Okay, so element X, okay, X has the same electronic configuration. Element X is this. Okay, 2.8.2, whereas neon is 2.8. Okay, so I think you're confused with this word ion. So when I have an ion is 2.8. Yes, ion of X has the same electronic configuration, but it's not element. Okay, so that's why answer is B. Alright. The next question is question 27. Okay, so for this question, only 18 got it correct. Okay, so let's see. First of all, carbon dioxide is CO2. Okay, so the symbol representing oxygen is the white one. Okay, then the one that is representing carbon is the one that's shaded. Then the small one, okay, is your hydrogen. Okay, so this is your hydrogen, this is your carbon, and then this one is your oxygen. Okay, so for methanoic acid, okay, you see the name OIC, so it's your carboxylic acid, OIC acid. Okay, the functional group is C, double bond O, OH. So since this is methanoic acid, which is only one carbon, is already here, accounted for. So the remaining atoms that's bonded is your hydrogen. Okay, so from here I see that, okay, I have 2 oxygen. Okay, 2 oxygen, okay, following the symbol. So 2 oxygen, D is definitely out. Okay, because only got one white dot. Alright, and then my carbon, this is my carbon here. My carbon is surrounded by 3 atoms. 1 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. So that's why my carbon is this. Okay, this is the answer. So my carbon is bonded to 1H. So this is definitely out. Okay, as for this carbon has 2 hydrogen, which is not the same as my molecule. Okay, so that's why answer is C. Okay, so C, only 18 got it correct. Okay, 18 out of 50 got it correct. Okay, then the next question that I would like to go through is question 10. So let's take a look at question 30. Okay, for question 30, question asks for carbon dioxide. So we need to look at dot and cross. So carbon is in group 4. So I have 4 valence electrons. 4 valence electrons. Oxygen is in group 6. So oxygen has 6 valence electrons. Okay, so if you look at it, okay, carbon, I need 4 more. 4 more electrons to be stable. oxygen, I need 2 more electrons to be stable. Okay, so carbon needs 4 more electrons to be stable. So carbon will need, carbon will need to bond to 2 oxygen. Okay, so 2 oxygen. So why 2? Because each one will share 2. Okay, now you look at this carbon is stable. 8 valence electrons now. So I have my oxygen, 2 inner shell. Okay, so initially I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 2 already inside here sharing. So I draw another 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same for this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how many electrons are shared? Okay, you look at here, it is 8. Okay, so A and D out. A and B out. Okay, so I want to look at unbonded. Okay, unbonded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's why answer is D. Okay, so for this question, only 11 got it correct. Okay. Okay, the next one. Okay, we have question 15. Let's take a look at question 15, which is question 35. Okay, for this question, please put a star. Okay, for this question, only 7 got it correct. So let's see. Question says excess. Okay, so this is limiting reagent, which means affects the amount of product. Okay, so I have magnesium, I have acid. You see that the mass is decreasing. Okay, mass is decreasing. So this means that a gas is produced. Okay, it's lost to the surrounding. So magnesium plus acid, okay, which is a metal, you have your salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so that is why it will cause a loss in mass. Okay, so for here you see that for experiment 2, the gradient is steeper. Okay, steeper gradient means faster rate. Okay, so lower temperature is definitely out. Okay, because lower means slower rate. Okay, gentler gradient. Okay, so D out. Okay, now next one. Okay, you see that, okay, I use the same mass of magnesium but smaller pieces. Okay, smaller pieces. Now, smaller piece means low particle size, increase in surface area. So I will have faster rate, right? Increase in rate. Okay, however, it is in excess. Okay, so it does not affect the amount of product. It will be faster, but it will not allow more hydrogen to be produced. Okay, why is that so? It's because it's already in excess. Okay, it will not change. So actually, if it's statement 1, it will be something like this. It will be faster, but loss of mass will be the same. Okay, so that's why it's not 1. Because if you look at the graph 2, I have more hydrogen lost. Okay, so the only answer that we can accept is 2 because more concentrated, faster rate, and not just that, because this one is the limiting. So more HCl is present to react with more magnesium. Okay, so that's why more H2 is lost. Okay, so you can see that the mass of particle decreased by even more. Okay, so Next one, please put a star to this question. Because my structured question, I can ask you to draw the graph. I can give you this as a structure and ask you to draw the graph. Okay? Next one, question 37. Now, question 37, 18 of you got it right. Only 18 got it right. So the question asks which one is removed. Removed from the air, meaning which one is reacted away. Okay? So if you look at A, B, C, D, A is definitely wrong. Because argon cannot react. Okay? So they're telling you I have something that is called my air. I have copper metal. Okay, so copper metal reacts with something. Okay, and the remaining gas will react with sodium hydroxide, which is an alkali. So copper, if you recall my air, copper can only react with oxygen. Okay, so it will react with oxygen to form copper 2 oxide. So the oxygen is removed. Oxygen is removed. Okay, then I'm left with option C and D. So I have NaOH, which is an alkali. Answer is C. Okay, because your carbon dioxide is acidic oxide. So acidic oxide will react with alkali. Okay, so that's why answer is C. Alright. Then the next question, let's take a look at the last question, which is question 38. So question 38, also put a star. Okay, so question says that you have these 3 chemical reactions in decreasing order. So most reactive metal to least reactive metal. Okay, so in this case, okay, for the first one, there is a reaction. Okay, there is a reaction, meaning Y is able to displace X. So Y more reactive. Okay, Y displaces X. Okay, so Y is definitely more reactive. Okay, so if you look at it, C is definitely out. So Y is more reactive than X. Okay, then they tell you that Z decomposes easily. Okay, Z decomposes easily, meaning this part here means breakdown. Okay, breaks down easily. Okay, not stable. Whereas these two are very stable. Okay, requires more energy to extract X and Y. Okay, requires more energy to extract X and Y. So maybe this X and Y, okay, maybe it's electrolysis. Okay, because heat is not enough to decompose them. It's not enough to break them down. Okay, so from here you can see that Z is definitely less stable, less reactive than X and Y. So Z is less stable, least reactive. Okay, so Z carbonate is less stable, so Z is less reactive. Okay, X and Y very reactive, form very stable compound. That means you need more energy to extract them. Okay, so that's why the least reactive is your Z. So that's why answer is B. Okay, so that is the end for my Temasek paper.